Hello. In continuation with application of derivative, today we'll have to discuss about increasing or decreasing functions. Okay. What are increasing and decreasing functions? Let us take an example. Suppose f of x is equal to x square. This is a function. It's a very simple function. F of x is equal to x square. And if I'll take some values of x, f of x, that means it is y, x and y are f of x. Okay, I'll put 0, then it is 0. Some positive values, x is equal to 1, f of x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, f of x is equal to 4, x is equal to 3, f of x is equal to 9, x is equal to 4, 4 4 is 16, f of x is equal to 16. Is it okay? These are some positive values. Let us take some negative values also. Minus 1, square of minus 1, that is 1. Minus 2, square of minus 2, it is 4. Minus 3, 9. And minus 4, it is plus 16. That means the value of f of x, you can see that all the values are positive. Okay. If I'll make a graph on the graph paper, then what happens? X, it is y, or f of x, x0, y0, x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4, x is equal to 3, y is equal to 9. Minus 1, it is 1, minus 2, minus 9, minus 3, 16, sorry, plus 9, 16. Okay. When I join it, then you'll see that this is a curvical portion. I think this is the situation of it. The graph. Okay. When you see this graph, okay, representation of f of x is equal to x square, then I think, yeah, we can understand one thing. We'll understand one thing in this graph, that whether this function, what can we say about that, whether it is increasing or decreasing? I think it is decreasing, but here it is increasing. So this function in this real number, entire from minus infinite to plus infinite, it is neither increasing nor decreasing. Okay. But if we analyze one thing, that 0, it is plus 1, 2, 3, here's a minus 1, minus 2. Okay. Through point this, if we will divide this real number line into two intervals, one is greater than 0 and second is less than 0, then what is the condition? If I'll write here, if x increases, then f of x increases when x is greater than 0. Here we are talking about x is greater than 0. That means on the right hand side, what happens? The value of x is increasing, then the value of fx is also increasing. It's okay. So in this interval, x is greater than 0, the function is increasing. What is it? It is increasing. It is increasing when x is greater than 0. Now I'll go to the left hand side. Here what happens? X is on the left hand side, you'll see that from here, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here x decreases, then f of x decreases. Okay, the value of x is decreases, minus 2, minus 2, minus 1, minus 0. The value of f of x is increases, minus 2, minus 1, 0, like that. So f of x increases, then this f of x is also increases, yes or no, or decreases. If x decreases, I'll write here, I have to write here, if x increases, okay, if x is increasing, then f of x is decreasing. See the value, it was minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So the value of f is increasing, but f of x is decreasing. The value of f of x is decreasing. F of x, that means it is along the y-axis. You can see that the y-axis it is decreasing. So what does it mean on the left hand side when x is less than 0? That means on the left to the number line, what happens? One variable is increasing, but the f of x, second variable, is decreasing. So this function is decreasing function. Is that okay? So what is the conclusion? If x increases, then f of x is increases, the function is increases, but f increases but f of x is decreases. That means the function is decreasing. It's okay. So here what we can say that when x is greater than 0, function fx is increasing, and x is less than 0, fx is decreasing. Is it okay? Right? So this is increasing function on the right hand side, but on the left hand side it is decreasing. Okay. So that means if I want to write the definition of it, what should I write? Definition. Okay. In the definition, what to write here? Definition of increasing or decreasing function. Increasing or decreasing functions. Okay. Definition. So in definition, if I be any interval, if I be any interval contained in the domain of real valued function f, then function f is said to be, then function f is said to be increasing. Then function f is said to be increasing. x1 is less than x2 in I. x1 is less than x2 in I. This means f of x1 is less than f of x2. Okay. What is the definition of increasing function? I be any interval contained in the domain of the real valued function f, then f is said to be increasing when x1 is less than x2 in I. From this closed interval, we have taken x1, x2, any two elements, and if x1 is less than x2, then f of x1 is less than f of x2. What does it mean? The function is increasing. Or x1 is greater than x2 in I. This means f of x1 is greater than f of x2. And where x1, x2 belongs to? For every x1, x2 belongs to interval. Okay? In both the cases. So this is the increasing condition. Second, decreasing. In decreasing, through the example, through this diagram, what we have concluded? If x1 less than x2 in interval I, that means if f of x1 is greater than f of x2. If x1 is less than x2, then f of x1 is greater than f of x2. Or x1 is greater than x2 in I, That means f of x1 is less than f of x2. Okay, both the cases. So this is the condition of increasing function. If x1 is less than x2, then f of x1 is less than f of x2. x1 is less than x2 and f of x is greater than f of x2, it is decreasing. The simple way is, if one variable is increasing, second is also increasing. The function is increasing, okay? But if one variable is increasing and second is decreasing, that means the function is decreasing, okay? So increasing function, what does it mean? This is an example of increasing function. This is an example of decreasing function. And whether the function is neither increasing nor decreasing, that means this is parallel to x-axis, called constant function, neither increasing nor decreasing, okay? So this is the definition of increasing function and decreasing function. Here one more thing which is important. One is strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. See, x1 is less than x2 in I and f of x1 is less or equal to f of x2. What is it? It is increasing. But if I'll write here only f of x1 is less than f of x2, strictly less than f of x2, that means this is called as a strictly increasing. Okay, so have you understood the meaning, or have you understood the difference between increasing and strictly increasing? If x1 is less than x2 and f of x1 is strictly less than f of x2, it is strictly increasing. If x1 less than x2 in I and f of x1 is less or equal to f of x2, it is increasing. The same situation is here. Same for the decreasing. x1 less than x2 in I, if f of x1 is greater or equal to f of x2, it is decreasing. But if x1 less than x2 in I and f of x1 is strictly greater than f of x2, that means it is strictly decreasing. So this is the difference between increasing, strictly increasing, decreasing, strictly decreasing. It's okay. So that is the definition of increasing and decreasing function. This concept is clear. Definition is absolutely okay. I be any interval. Interval should be taken from where? It is to be taken from the domain of the real valued function. Then we have to judge the function is increasing or decreasing in the given interval. Okay. x1, x2, we have taken the points from the interval. After this one theorem, and we are using mean value theorem. Let us discuss about the theorem. If f of x is continuous in interval AB and differentiable in open interval AB. If f of x is continuous in closed interval AB and differentiable in open interval AB, is a statement of mean value theorem. Okay, then the first condition we'll have to write here, if f dash x is greater than 0, then function is increasing. Okay, and f dash x is less than 0, then function is decreasing. Okay, f dash x is equal to 0, that means the function is then it is neither increasing nor nor decreasing. Okay, how will understand this? We are taking any point C in between them. Okay, first condition, you remember LMB, mean value theorem. Mean value theorem, the third point says, proof of it. In mean value theorem, the third point says f dash C is equal to f of B minus f of A upon B minus A. Is it okay? This is f dash C. We are taking, and this C belongs to AB. C belongs to AB, right? Suppose I will take any 2 points. Let 2 points, let x1, x2 belongs to I. Closed interval I, that means it is belongs to I or interval AB. Is it okay? And I am taking a condition x1 is less than x2. x1 is less than x2. Then what happens? F of x2 minus f of x1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to f dash C. Is that okay? F of x2 minus f of x1 upon x2 minus x1. Here we have taken x1 is less than x2. So x2 minus x1 is a positive term. We'll shift the term here. F of x2 minus f of x1 is equal to f dash C x2 minus x1. Okay. The condition is f dash C, which is greater than 0, x2 minus x1, it's greater than 0. What does it mean? F of x2 minus f of x1 is greater than 0. If f dash C is greater than 0, so this term is greater than 0. So I'll write here f of x2 minus f of x1 is greater than 0. If this is greater than 0, that means this is also greater than 0. Okay. So here what to write here? This means f of x2 is greater than f of x1. So what is the condition? If x2 is greater than x1, then f of x2 is greater than f of x1. Okay. And this is true for the less than also and true for the equal also. Is it okay? When it is equal, then what happened? F of x2 is equal to f of x1. Is that okay? So what does it mean? There is a conclusion that if x1 is less than x2, that means f of x1 is less than f of x2. Is that okay? What I have done here, x2 minus x1, this is non-negative number, it's a positive number. F dash C is greater than 0. C, we have taken any number from the interval. This is greater than 0. So greater than 0 multiplied by that means this entire term is greater than 0. Therefore, it is also greater than 0. So f of x2 minus f of x1 is greater than 0. F of x2 is greater than f of x1. Okay. Is that okay? So that is the theorem. If x1 is less than x2, that means f of x1 is less than f of x2. Now we are discussing some questions of exercise 6.2, where we are going to check it whether the function is increasing or decreasing in the given interval. Exercise 6.2. Exercise 6.2, question number 1. What is it? Show that the function given by function f of x is equal to 3x plus 17 is increasing in R. R means set of real number. So we are going to show that this function is increasing in a set of real number R. It's okay. F of x is equal to 3x plus 17. How will we check this? We know that the function is increasing when x1 is greater than x2, then f of x1 is greater than f of x2, the function is increasing. Okay. Let x1, x2 belongs to R. I have taken two numbers from the set of real number. Okay. x1 is less than x2. Okay. x1 is less than x2. What does it mean? I can write here if x1 is less than x2. Okay. This is x1, I'll multiply 3 on because I want to create this term 3x plus 17. See? So x1 with x, the 3 is here, multiplying both side by 3. Can it be done? 3x1 is less than 3x2. It's okay. After that, adding 17 both sides, there is no change in the inequality. 3x1 plus 17 is less than 3x2 plus 17. 3x1 plus 17, because 3x plus 17 is equal to f of x. So 3x1 plus 17 is equal to f of x1 is less than 3x2 plus 17 f of x2. So if x1 is less than x2, then f of x1 is less than f of x2. That means the function is, since x1 is less than x2, this means f of x1 is less than f of x2. And what is the condition? Hence, f of x is increasing in R, set of real number, because these two elements which we have taken from any two numbers from the set of real numbers. Okay, so it is true for all, therefore this is increasing function. After this question, I want to take these question number 2nd, 3rd, 4th are the same type of questions. Now we are coming to question number 4. What is it? It's a different type of question. Find the intervals in which the function find the intervals in which the function f of x is equal to 2x square minus 3x. 2x square minus 3x is first increasing, second decreasing. Is increasing, second be decreasing. Okay. Find the interval. We are going to find the intervals in which the function is increasing and decreasing. Okay. F of x is equal to 2x square minus 3x. Differentiate with respect to x for finding f dash x. So f dash x is equal to, it is 4x minus 3. Okay. F dash x is equal to 4x minus 3. For increasing or decreasing. For increasing or decreasing, we'll have to find the critical point. F dash x is equal to 0. So I'll put f dash x is equal to 0 there. That means 4x minus 3 is equal to 0. 4x is equal to 3. That means x is equal to 3 upon 4. Okay. Just I'll make a number line. 0 minus infinite. It is plus infinite. Okay. This is a number line. 0 minus infinite plus infinite. Critical point we have got x is equal to 3 upon 4. So this 3 upon 4, why I am telling critical point? Because through this point, we'll see that the values will be changed. 3 upon 4, okay? So I am just leaving the 0 from here now. So this critical point 3 upon 4 is dividing this whole number line into two intervals. One is minus infinite to 3 by 4 and second 3 by 4 to infinite. Is it okay? So there are two intervals. Now, two intervals in real, that is minus infinite to 3 by 4, okay, minus infinite to 3 by 4 and 3 by 4 to infinite. There are two intervals. Now we'll have to check in which interval the function is increasing and where it is decreasing. It's okay. What is the procedure? What is the procedure by which we can check it whether the function is increasing in this interval or not? It's a very simple way. We are taking any one of the elements from it. Okay. One definition is also given that you just pick an element from the interval, and this element where we are going to put in the f dash x, will see that the function is greater or the function is less than. That means it is greater than 0 or it is less than 0. Okay. So minus infinite to, so I am taking one element from this first interval, minus infinite to 3 by 4. I think 0 will be coming here. Okay. Because 0 is a number, minus terms are coming here, positive terms are coming here, so that means definitely 0 is coming in this interval. Okay, so I'll consider 0 belongs to the interval minus infinite to 3 by 4. We can select any of the numbers which are coming between these two numbers, minus infinite to 3 by 4. Okay, so 0 belongs to minus infinite to 3 by 4. We'll pick any element, and this 0 we are going to put in f dash x by 1. Okay, f dash x is equal to 4x minus 3. So that means when we put the value, what is coming here, f dash 0 is equal to 4 into 0 minus 3. Result is minus 3, which is less than 0. So that means f dash x is less than 0. And if f dash x is less than 0, what does it mean? This function is decreasing. Okay. That means therefore minus infinite to 3 by 4 is decreasing. Okay. Now, and it's assured that if this function is decreasing, that means the second function will be increasing. Let us check. I'll take any other element from here, from 3 by 4 to infinite, taking 1. Now 1 belongs to 3 by 4 to infinite. Okay. By 1, f dash x is equal to 4x plus 3, 4x minus 3. So f dash 1, 4 into 1 minus 3, it is coming 1 and greater than 0. 1 is greater than 0, what does it mean? F dash x is increasing in 3 by 4 to infinite. Okay, so that means here's a decreasing and that is a increasing, right? So there are two interval, minus infinite to 3 by 4, where the function is decreasing, and the second it is increasing. So this is the procedure by which we can find out the intervals, and checking procedure, the function of decreasing or increasing. Okay. After this question, same questions like that, 6, 7, 8, Some of the question they are asking that the function is increasing, so simply first derivative, after first derivative we will see that the function is positive only. That means f dash x is greater than 0, therefore it is increasing only. Like the question proved that the logarithmic function is increasing in 0 to infinite. So log x is equal to 1 upon x, and 1 upon x is increasing from 0 to infinite, therefore it is increasing. One question I want to take from question number 6. Find the intervals in which the following functions are strictly increasing or decreasing. Okay. So one of the question number 6, one part I want to take from it, a cubic term like question number C. That is minus 2x cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 1. Find the intervals in which the functions are strictly increasing or decreasing. Okay. What should be done? Same procedure we have done in the previous question, like f of x is equal to minus 2x cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 1. F dash x differentiate with respect to x minus 6x square minus 18x minus 12. For increasing or decreasing, f dash x is equal to 0. Okay. So minus 6x square minus 18x minus 12 is equal to 0. I'll take minus 6 common from here. X square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Minus 6 will be shifted here. So x square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. We can solve it by splitting the middle term. 2 1 are 2. So x square plus 2x plus x plus 2 is equal to 0. X common. X plus 2 plus 1, it is x plus 2. So there are two values, x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to minus 1. Okay. Now here on the number line, minus infinite to plus infinite. And now you see that there are two critical points, minus 1 and minus 2. Minus 2, minus 1. Okay. Here we can see that there are three intervals. Intervals are minus infinite to minus 2, minus 2 to minus 1, and minus 1 to infinite. Okay. Now let us check which one is a increasing function, in which interval the function is increasing and which one is decreasing. Right. Same procedure from minus infinite to minus 2, we will select any one of the number. I am taking, let minus 3 belongs to minus infinite to minus 2. And this minus 3, where we want to put here, f dash x is equal to f dash x. This is. Okay. By 1. So f dash x, f dash minus 3 is equal to, here in place of x, I want to put minus 3. Minus 2, minus 3 whole cube, minus 18, minus 3, and minus 12. Okay. 3 3 9 here 27, 27 2 54, 54, final sign is coming, which sign is 3 minus sign, 1 minus sign, 4, it is plus sign. It is 18 3 54, plus 54, minus 12. 54 cancel, minus 12 is less than 0. And minus 12 is less than 0, that means the function is decreasing in this interval. Okay. So here the function is decreasing. Now let us see between minus 2 to minus 1. Between minus 2 to minus 1, any number I want to take it between minus 1 to minus 2, minus 1.5. Minus 1.5 belongs to minus 2 to minus 1. Okay. Again by 1, first equation f dash x, f dash minus 1.5 is equal to minus 6. Okay. Minus 6. I'll take minus 6 common. So it is coming x square plus 3x plus 2. Okay. And this is f dash x. Now I want to put in place of x minus 1.5. So f dash minus 1.5 is equal to minus 6 minus 1.5 whole square, minus 1.5 whole square plus 3 into minus 1.5 plus 2 minus 6 minus 1.5 whole square minus 2.25, that means it is plus 2.25. It is minus 1.53 or minus 4.5 and plus 2. 2.25 plus 2, 4.25 minus 6, 4.25 minus 4.5. Okay, minus 6, 4.50 minus 4.25. So what is coming here? 0.25 with which sign? Because 4.5 is greater, so minus sign. Minus into minus, it is plus 6 multiplied by 0.25. Okay, so that means what is this? This is the value is greater than 0. 25 6 is 150. So 150, that means 1.5, and 1.5 is greater than 1.5 is greater than 0. And it is greater than 0, that means this function is increasing. Okay. Third one, from minus 1 to infinite. And from minus 1 to infinite, I want to take 0. 0 belongs to minus 1 to infinite. Okay. When I put 0 here, so 0, 0, it is coming minus 12. So that means f dash x is less than 0. So that is also decreasing. Right. Intervals. Okay. The function is decreasing. Decreasing in which interval? There are two negative signs. Decreasing in interval minus infinite to minus 2 union minus 1 to infinite. Here the function is decreasing, and increasing in only 1 minus 2 to minus 1. Okay. So these are the three intervals. In 2 the function is decreasing, and in 1 the function is increasing. Okay. After this, I want to take a question. That is question number 14. Question number 14. For what values of A? For what values of A? For what values of A? The function f of x is equal to x square plus ax plus 1. X square plus ax plus 1 is increasing on closed interval 1 to 2. Okay. For what values of A, the function f of x is equal to x square plus ax plus 1 is increasing on 1 to 2. Very interesting question. F of x is equal to x square plus ax plus 1. Differentiate with respect to x. F dash x is equal to 2x plus a. Is it okay? F dash x is equal to 2x plus a. After that, 2x plus a is coming, and we want to see that we are actually finding the value of a. And for finding the value of a, what should be done? Because this a lies between 1 to 2. Okay. So first of all, I want to write here f dash x is equal to 0. That means 2x plus a is equal to 0 and a is equal to minus 2x. Is that okay? A is equal to minus 2x. And by the way, it is not required f dash x is equal to 0 because the condition is for what value of the function this is increasing. And if the function is increasing, that means we want to find, just a minute, it is not required. Simply we can use one thing for increasing. For increasing function, f dash x is greater than 0. For increasing f dash x is greater than 0, that means 2x plus a, it should be coming is greater than 0. Is that okay? And for what values of a in this function? So I write here f dash x is greater than 0, that means 2x plus a is greater than 0. And 2x plus a is greater than 0, that means 2x is greater than minus a, and x is greater than minus a by 2. Is that okay? Increasing function f dash x is greater than 0. How to find out f dash x? Because here we are having 2x plus a, we want to create 2x plus a. For that, this is the x which lies between 1 to 2. 1 is less than, x is less than 2. Is that okay? Here what is coming, if we want to create 2x plus 1 here, then what happened? Multiplied by 2 both sides. So right here 2 is less than 2x is less than 4. Okay. And plus a. So it is coming 2 plus a is less than 2x plus a is less than 4 plus a. But the condition is 2x plus a is greater than 0. Which is the condition? 2x plus a is greater than 0. And this term is greater than 0. What does it mean? 2 plus a is greater than 0. Okay. So what is this? A is greater than minus 2. Here situation 2x plus a is greater than 0. This term is greater than 0. Okay. And if this term is greater than 0, so may I write here 2 plus a is greater than 0. Okay. Because 0 is less than 4 plus a, we want to find for what values of a the function is increasing. Okay. So this is 2 plus a is greater than 0, that means a is greater than minus 2. So the values which are greater than minus 2 for which the function is increasing. Okay. Same as here you can see that a is greater than minus 2. You can check it here. In place of a, I'll put minus 2. So minus and minus it is cancelled. 2 upon 2 greater than 1. X is greater than positive term. Okay. So for which the function is increasing. So this is the answer. For a is less than minus 2. For a is less than minus 2, the function is increasing. Okay. That means any value you can put in place of a less than minus 2, then the function is greater than 0. Okay. One more question I want to take, not from this exercise, but I think this is a question is given in your example. It's a very interesting and important question as far as the CBSE board is concerned. So that question I want to take it. One question. From this exercise, I think you can solve each and every question, nothing special in it. One question is, find the intervals in which the function f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. Find the intervals. Find the intervals in which the function f of x is equal to sin x, f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. F of x is equal to sin x plus cos x, where 0 is less or equal to x is less or equal to 2 pi. Okay, is increasing or decreasing? Is increasing or decreasing? It's a very interesting question. Find the intervals in which the function f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x, where 0 is less or equal to x is less or equal to 2 pi, is increasing or decreasing. Okay, f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. Differentiate with respect to x. Differentiate with respect to x, to this term. F dash x is equal to differentiation of sin x is cos x minus sin x. Okay. For increasing or decreasing, f dash x is equal to 0. So that means cos x minus sin x is equal to 0, and this means cos x is equal to sin x. Is it okay? Cos x is equal to sin x, they will be equal. In the trigonometric term, you will see that the sin x and cos x will be equal in two quadrant. Number one is the first quadrant where both are positive, and number two is the third quadrant where both are negative. It's okay. In the second and fourth, they will not be equal, because in the second, one is positive, one is negative, and fourth is cos is positive and sin is negative. So they are equal in 2, because interval is given 0 is less or equal to x is less or equal to 2 pi. So between 0 to 360 we are going to find the values. So there are two values possible. Number one at x is equal to 45 in the first quadrant. So it is x is equal to 45 pi by 4 in the first quadrant, and second is in the third quadrant. That means 45 plus 180, 215. So pi by 4 plus 5 pi by 4. Okay, two values possible, x is equal to pi by 4 and x is equal to 5 pi by 4. This is the interval. This is a line minus 0 up to 2 pi, and between 0 to 2 pi there are two critical points. One is pi by 4 and second is 5 pi by 4. Okay, how many intervals are there? There are 1, 2, 3 intervals. Intervals are between 0 to 2 pi. Number 1, 0 is less or equal to given, so I'll write here 0 is also included. Between 0 to pi by 4, pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4, and 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi. Is it okay? There are three intervals, 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. Now let us see in which it is increasing and which one it is decreasing. Between 0 to pi by 4. Again using the same concept, between 0 to 45 we want to take any degree number, like 30 degree I am selecting here. Between 0 to pi by 4 I want to select here 30. Okay, so 30, that means pi by 6. Pi by 6 belongs to 0 to pi by 4. Okay, pi by 6 in f dash x by 1. F dash pi by 6 is equal to, here I want to put the value, cos pi by 6. Cos pi by 6 minus sin pi by 6. What is the value? Cos pi by 6. That means the value of cos 30, and cos 30 is root 3 by 2, minus sin 30, 1 by 2. It is coming root 3 minus 1 by 2. It is positive or negative. The value of root 3 is 1.73, which is more than 1. So that means it is greater than 0. And what does it mean? F dash x is greater than 0. So in this interval 0 to pi by 4, the function is increasing. Okay, function is increasing. Now let us check between 45 to 225. So 45, 25, I want to take pi by 2. pi by 2 belongs to pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4. Pi by 2 90. Okay, again y1 f dash pi by 2 is equal to, here I am going to put the value cos 90 minus sin pi by 2. The value of cos 90, 0, minus sin 90, it is 1. Minus 1 is less than 0, that means f dash x is less than 0. And f dash x is less than 0, it is decreasing. Okay. Third one, want to check 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi. Okay. So here in I want to take in more than that 300. Okay. And 300, what does it mean? 300 multiplied by pi by 180. 0, 6, 3 ja 18, 6, 5 ja 30. 5 pi by 3. I want to check it at 5 pi by 3. Okay. Zero, 6, 3 ja 18, 6, 5 ja 5 pi by 3. It is 5 pi by 4 I have written. Okay, 4 pi plus 5 pi by 4. Right. So I want to check it 5 pi by 3. 5 pi by 3 belongs to 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi. It's okay. This is a greater number than one, it's coming between them. Now y1 again, f dash 5 pi by 3 is equal to cos 5 pi by 3 minus sin 5 pi by 3. Okay. Cos 5 by 3, that means it is cos 300. And cos 300, what does it mean? Cos 360 minus 300, cos 360 minus 60, cos 60. And in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. The value of cos 60 is 1 by 2. Okay. Minus sin 300. Sin 360 minus 60, it is sin 60, root 3 by 2, but it is in the fourth minus. So minus minus is plus root 3 by 2. It is root 3 plus 1 by 2 is greater than 0. That means it is increasing. So what does it mean? In two intervals 0 to pi by 4, here 0 to pi by 4 and 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi. This is increasing. Okay, and remaining minus pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4, it is decreasing. Okay, so there are three intervals. In two intervals the function is increasing and one is it is decreasing. It's okay. Okay, that's also, this is the exercise 6.2. I hope you have understood it. Increasing and decreasing function. In my next lecture, we'll have to start tangent and normal. Till then, bye. Thank you. And thanks for watching my channel.